humans, welcome back. Today we are on day 11 of Crystallize 2020, and I am excited because today is one of my favorite days. Today we are going to be exploring embodied movement. When I say movement, it's, there's movement in our bodies. It can be thought of as dance, ecstatic dance, stretching, shaking, getting everything just wiggled out. Movement can be anything where you are in alignment. Embodied movement can be anything where you're in alignment with your physical body, you're present in your physical body, you're present with your breath, and you're present with your spirit. And this is an opportunity for us to be able to allow our energy to flow through our body, to find the parts that are feeling sore, sticky, and really stretch into them and move into them. So today is actually going to be a little bit different. I've put together a YouTube playlist, which should be linked over here. And it's got about 40 minutes of music on it. You could use my dance journey, you could use whatever music you want, really. But I've curated this particular dance journey, and to be honest, it made me cry. So I really would love to invite you to utilize that. But before we switch over, I just want to talk about a little bit about my personal journey. And how dance has over and over and over saved my life. I found movement in dance when I was young, and I would go and dance out naked in the rain as much as I could, and dance around with friends, walk around the house. And then when I was 19, I found dance culture, and I found raves, and I found festivals, and I found this whole world of transcendent beauty and liberation through shared joy and ecstasis through dance and movement. And there are so many times where I've been in the depths of depression, or feeling really hopeless, or just sad, breakup, or whatever, different points of grief. And just putting on a playlist and dropping into movement has been able to pull me out of them. A dear friend of mine, Andrea de la Rainbow, had actually came to my home recently. And when I was in a little bit of a sticky emotional situation, and she got me to shake it. And we literally just shaked our whole beings. And shaking is actually something that all mammals specifically do to release trauma from their bodies. It's that part of our primal wisdom that, when we're in shock, we'll start shivering. If you're releasing anything emotional, you could start shaking. But it's something that we can do for ourselves. So when we're feeling stuck, when we're feeling like our energy is getting really dense, we can actually utilize the shake through that to move through it and allow that energy to kind of rise and fluff up, and so that everything can get flowing more beautifully. So I definitely invite that method of movement in there today. One of the main things about this practice is do it, and do it for you. Do it in a way that is going to feel good and authentic and real, and don't worry about making it beautiful. Although beautiful movement is great, and if you just can't help but be beautiful, I understand. But seriously though, get into primal movement. See what happens when you move really slowly and really stretch into the parts of your body. What happens if you do really big movements and just kind of throw yourself into them, and just really explore the full spectrum of movement. Get on the floor, explore with levels. See what kind of floor work you can get into. Maybe like a little prowling, and see if you can get into that animal. So you can like move to the higher heights. You can like be like a bird and fly. See if you can work with moving through density to lightness and back again. There's so many different ways that we can explore, but the whole purpose of this experience is to allow the music to move your soul and to show up for that movement of your soul and express it through your physical body in a way that is you're present to. And it's very likely that this can raise emotions, because when we start moving, we start shaking things up, emotions that are lodged in our cells and our bodies, because our cells remember the things that we have gone through, even if our minds don't. And so sometimes that can come up. And so if you find yourself wanting to scream or to cry or to howl or to giggle hysterically or to just like make toning and allow that voice from our last day really permeate into this physical motion and expression, absolutely do it. Give yourself some time and space where you're going to be uninterrupted so you can be fully in your experience and just allow whatever it is to come up. Before I got pregnant with my son, Obi, I went into 3 days of catharsis. And that included putting on music and just letting myself go, totally releasing into the sound, into the movement, into the toning, into the crying, into the screaming, into the, I just let it, whatever wanted to come up and rest. And then come up again and rest. So I definitely invite this as both an exploration of your soul and also as a form of medicine and healing. Because there's so much that can be transmuted just by giving yourself over to the flow of your higher self, the flow of your soul. I have actually never felt more in tune and more in connection with my higher self than when I'm dancing. And utilizing my own physical being to create a portal of transmutation for myself, for the dance floors that I'm on, for the people around me. And it's one of my greatest passions. And I would love to share this with you. And feel free to join us in our Facebook group, Sacred Sovereign Life, because I will be posting my personal video of me dancing to this playlist there, and I would love to see yours too. All right, big love.